Hello and welcome to Cooking the Books with Heather. Today we are going to be working from Ashley Christensen's It's Always Freezer Season. And we're going to be using the pâte choux that we made previously, and I'll link that up here. I've got a full recipe of it here that I've already made. I didn't freeze it, but it has been in the refrigerator overnight. And we are going to be making churros. The main recipe says pâte choux donuts. There are 3 different styles of donuts you can make in this recipe. Churros are one, regular donuts are another, and then savory fritters are the third. But we're just going to do churros today. So the first thing that we're going to do is make some cinnamon sugar, because when you make churros, you usually coat them in cinnamon sugar afterwards. So I have some plain white sugar here, granulated sugar, and I'm going to add some cinnamon. Now I'm doing this even though I have some cinnamon sugar pre-made in the cabinet, because I don't know what the ratio is on that, and this is a specific ratio that she asks for. So I'm just going to mix the cinnamon into the sugar, and this is in a shallow dish, she says, just because, you know, churros are generally sort of long and thin and wanted them to be able to fit. So this seemed like the best option. So there we go. So that's our cinnamon sugar. It's not super cinnamony, honestly. Just a little bit of cinnamon. But that's what we're going to do for this recipe. And the only other thing I need to do is prepare a bag, a piping bag, because what we're going to do is put this open star tip. I got a very large open star tip, and that's what she says, to use a large star tip. I didn't have anything very large, but I found this at a local craft store for like $2. Not a big deal. But I don't have a coupler, so often you'll have like a white plastic piece that this fits into, and then you cut a hole in the bottom, and then another piece screws onto that piece. I don't have that for this size, and they didn't have it at the store. So what I'm gonna do, and this is, I mean, it should be okay, is put this down into my bag and try to cut enough off that it won't interfere with the tip. I'm going to push it back in a little bit and cut it off a little bit more, but I don't want it to go all the way through, right? And I don't want when I squeeze it out for the whole thing to kind of collapse and break, so, which has happened to me before doing it this way, but hopefully that'll be just enough that it'll do what I want it to do. So there we go. I'm going to get my oil heating up to 350. And then we'll show you what we do when we just pipe this into the oil and fry them up and then coat them in cinnamon sugar. And that should be really simple. So we'll show you that in just a minute. So we're ready. Oil's at 350. I'm supposed to make these about 6 inches and cut it off with this and a dog. I just need to go ahead and get this in here. I think that's good. There we go. It's not very straight, but that's okay. This is really thick. I'm sure it's, you know, a problem with, you know, me not being very good at this. Excuse me, why are you in my shot? And we're supposed to fry them for 5 to 6 minutes. So until they're brown. I can only fit about, I don't know, a third of the batter in this bag, but I will be refilling it. There we go. And now, once again, have to get them turned over. There we go. That one turned over. That one turned over. They're not straight, but they'll do. I'm sure they'll still be delicious. 5 to 6 minutes, just waiting for them to be all brown and done. While these fry, I'm going to fill it up a little bit more. They're getting really fluffy and about to pop. Yep. They're not really staying churro shaped. All right, we're going to call these done. And now that they are out of the oil, I'm going to get this and get them covered in this cinnamon sugar. I'm going to keep frying, and we'll see if the next ones do that. I'm going to get these out and onto a plate. We'll take a picture, and we'll let you know what we think in just a minute. On this episode of Cooking the Books with Heather, you watched me make churros from the pâte à choux donut section of Ashley Christensen's It's Always Freezer Season. I don't think that pâte à choux is the usual churro dough, and they're not going to turn out like the churros you usually buy. Or at least mine did not. However, they were really delicious. They were definitely softer than churros that you buy, which tend to sort of stay in long, stiff sticks. Mine were much softer, little floppy, very sort of creamy in the middle. They blew up. They like pâte à choux does, it sort of expanded. I probably could have gotten away with a smaller star tip, but I wanted a large one anyway. So, and I mean, you're supposed to use a large one, but I think I got the largest one they had, and I think probably a smaller one would have been a little bit better. But no matter what, they were pretty easy to make, but it's frying. Pâte à choux dough is relatively easy. I've never had it really fail. I mean, I know people have. I don't know if I'm just lucky. But I would try these with the donuts, which you instead pipe in a circle on a piece of parchment paper, a small piece of parchment paper, which goes into the oil all together so that you get the donut shape fried. I think those would probably be a better use for the pâte à choux. And she also has savory ones where you add savory ingredients, and I think that would be delicious. But no matter what, they were delicious, whether they were churros or not. If you enjoyed watching me make this, please give me a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. I have all the sort of social medias down there. You can tag me. If you decide to make it, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and come back and watch me make something else next week.